Good morning, everybody. Right, just making sure we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Just going to make sure we've got the right look. I'm not going to cut out. No, it looks very good there, actually. Nice, very nice. Right, we'll just maybe make that up a little bit higher. There we go. Right. Good morning. Good morning, Michael. Germany. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. First of all, I better grab my towel actually. Might need that. Might get a little bit sweaty. It's getting a bit hot down here in New Zealand. It's great. We're moving into summer. It's beautiful. First and foremost, welcome to everybody that hasn't been here before. Welcome to everyone that's back again. If you're trying to zoom in on the screen, crikey, even I'm struggling to look at it from here. Bit of a workout today. It looks very complicated down the bottom, but it's not. We're just basically doing some pyramids. And so it may look a little bit terrible, but I'll explain it pretty easy to you. Okay, so 5 8-minute pieces. First one, we're just doing 8 minutes at 20, nice and solid. Okay, we're finding that rhythm, we're finding that feeling, just really good solid intensity that we're trying to find in our technique to get the heart rates going, get the muscles working in the right sequence. Our second set is just 4 minutes and 4 minutes, 20 and then 22, so we just let that freedom come a little bit more. So we've got that good speed at that 20 and we just look for that little bit more acceleration at that 22. Then we change it up and we do 2-minute changes and we go 20, 22, 24, and then we come back to 22. Okay, so a little bit of a pyramid, not all the way down. Okay, then the next one is the fourth set is a pyramid again, but we're basically just going up in the ratings 1 point every time and then back down. So we go 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 23, 22, 21. Okay, very simple. And then the last set, the fifth set, we're just going to increase the rate by 1 point every time. So we start on 20 and we go up to 27. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, finish. Okay, and so it's a really good mixture today of going up a little bit, but then coming back. So we've got to think about our technique, which is a lot of, I think a pyramid workouts is not a lot of stuff that people do. And I didn't really do a lot myself, but what it does is it teaches you the control of going up in the rate and feeling the speed, feeling that acceleration and the movement that you're trying to find. But then as you come down, you've got to keep that same sort of movement without muscling it, okay, without working too hard. And of course, yeah, your splits, you're like, oh, am I hitting the same splits? Are they better or are they worse? Because, you know, if I'm not trying to pull on it, this type of thing. So it is just about everything we talk about on this channel and like with the asensei and different stuff. There's so many different workouts you can do. And this is just opening people's minds up to like, hey, this is something I don't normally do. Or this is not what I normally think about, or maybe I'll try this, maybe I like it, maybe I don't. And so this is really just things that I feel could give people a little bit more knowledge around how they're using the machine, how they're using their body, how they're using their technique. And if we can bring that all together, then, you know, all I see all the time is people just wanting to be better, okay? Wanting to be faster, wanting to set PBs, you know, wanting to get a different feeling. And a lot of people don't know how to do it. And that's why we're here to help you along so that you can actually have a try, see how it works. And if it works for you, awesome. If it doesn't, try something else, you know, and it's a really simple way of using the machine. So without further ado, let's jump on. 2 or 3 minutes. We'll just get that warm up, get the muscles going, and just keep moving. So well done to everybody in America that's watching, getting out, using your democratic right to vote, whether you voted Republican, Democrat, or you have another couple, I think. So that's all that we're here about. We've had our voting in New Zealand, that's all done. But from an outsider's point of view, I really hope that your divided country can just come back together a little bit, okay? So, we'll leave the politics aside. We'll get into the politics of rowing on the machine. Okay, so just building it up nicely. As I say, we only need to do a couple of minutes. Just stretching it out. Getting nice and loose and limber. Getting that rhythm in the hand. Just feeling the stretch even now. Maybe just over-exaggerated a little bit. You know, feel it coming up. The calves, the ankles, the Achilles. You know, even exaggerating the stretch a little bit. Trying to get it under the armpits. Nice rhythm, nice flow. Okay, so just slowly put a little bit more pressure in now. So we start coming down towards the figures that we'll be starting to hit as we get into this our workout. We don't need to do it too much. The first 2 or 3 minutes of our workout is going to bring us there. Okay, so when we start on good solid stuff, you only really need to do a couple of minutes just to loosen up. Okay, even though you're like, oh, it's extra time, this type of thing, it really does help just get the blood flowing. Get the muscles moving in different ways, okay, so that we can hit it. And we're not spending that first 3 minutes of the workout doing it, okay? Now, if you just wanted to sit on for, say, 60 minutes, you know, like a long solid one, absolutely, like I'd still do a minute or two, just getting the stretch, you know, if you've got a sore back, just getting a little bit of stretch over, you know, whatever you need to do to get into that position. And then we start, okay? So, let's rip into it. Intervals, select workout, intervals, time, okay? So, new workout, intervals, time, take it up to 8 minutes, 8:00, and then we've got a 60-second rest, which is 1 minute rest, okay? 1 minute, so 8, 1, leave it there for a second. We'll make sure we've got everybody on board, ready to rock and roll, okay? And we'll be good to go. Make sure that that's going just in case we cut out halfway through. Okay, so as I say, the first couple of pieces here, we're just looking for really good rhythm, good speed, good focus on our technique. I'll do a lot of talking between that, just around all the little points that we do, okay? So let's get ready to roll. Lock and load, start some heart rate. It's funny that the indoor rower on my Apple Watch is always at the top. Must do a little bit of it for some reason. It's crazy. Okay, it's like the phones and stuff are listening to us. Did you know that? I didn't. Of course we did. Okay, right. Strap the feet in. Last bit of a drink if you need one. And let's get ready to go. Okay, so sitting nice and tall. As we say, we'll build into this a little bit for the first couple of minutes, and then we'll be on fire after that. Okay, so sitting tall. Are you ready? Attention. Row. So remember why we do this at the 20 rating. We're looking for a long stroke. The muscles engaged for that period of time. Okay, if we're doing it properly, we can still find the rhythm. And we can push on to some good numbers. We find the middle ground between the strength and the speed that we're actually driving. Okay? So just slowly pushing the speed down. Every stroke. Feeling the rhythm. Okay, we're patient with the hands around the back. We don't have to throw them out like that. We feel the chain resistance. And remember the drive and then the recovery. Work, rest. Okay? That rhythm is very important in the overall picture. It's metronomic. It's a continuous motion. Okay? It's just like running. One foot in front of the other. We've got to have a good rhythm, a good drive, recovery. And you try not to make it feel like one's faster than the other. So let's feel the rhythm around the front as we roll in. And we want to come around the turn. We don't want to stop and load the front. Around the front. Around the front. Feel the weight coming off the feet. Through there. Good. Feel the feet in the shoes. Feel the pressure coming on to the ball of the feet through here. Breathing. Okay, and remember, there's a connection between the hands, the feet, and that core, the lower back and core, through here. Those three parts, working in unison, down the front. Nice. Okay? So good solid pace. We want consistency. We should be working in a really good aerobic capacity. And feeling the stroke, feeling the push. Trying to stay loose on that recovery. No tension. The muscles are going to be tense when they engage, which is on the drive. But on that recovery, loose. Okay? Just not being locked out. The muscles are about 95 to 98% in the position they need to be in the drive, but we don't need to be locked and tense. Okay, so we don't need to be like this. We can still be like that, but it's not quite all locked out. So soft knees, remember through here. You don't want to be making that sort of movement. Just a nice rhythm. Nice flow. Good. Okay, feel the legs drive the body. Feel it through the hips. I'm really trying to look for that sit back feeling. Okay? As much as possible, and it does take time, we want to get away from the feeling of legs, body, arm, okay? Yes, we've got to start with that to learn the fundamentals. The more we do it, the more we realise everything comes back in a sequence. Please drive the body. Remember, just leave the arms out long. Arms are weak. They can still hold and hang a lot of weight. Good. Nice. Hang under the armpits. There we go. Good. Okay, last minute. Little bit of speed. Nice. I'm already sweating. Heart rate's getting there. Pretty much on training zone. It's quite tough having to talk and breathe at the same time. Good. Okay, feel that body weight. Getting driven back on the feet. We come around the front. Nice. Right, last few strokes. Good. Okay, nice. Great start. So remember, keep moving it out. I've got a feeling that this is going to be a real sweaty session. Really sweaty. Okay. So we're basically doing the same again on this one. We find that rhythm. We find that flow. Okay, and then we're just adding that little bit more freedom. Okay, that's what we're going to call it. Is it's that freedom when we get to 22, which is just things moving a little bit quicker. Because we're doing 2 more strokes a minute, we naturally are going to get more speed. So we're not thinking about adding more speed, it's going to naturally come. Right, here we go. Moving in. Now, okay, good. We can talk about it a little bit more at the finish, but this whole reason of this, trying to find our speed at the 20, then it gives us 10, 14, 16 points of rating that we can use to get more speed. You know, if we sit there and rate 24, 26 for every training, and if we go to do a piece and try and get our PB, we might only have 4 or 5, 6, 8 strokes of rating, which is not a big change. Okay, so if we do this here, it gives us so much more room to find the pace while we're doing the work. Okay? So feel that swing. off the legs, around the finish. You know, if we think about a clock, we're sort of in that 1 p.m., 1 a.m. position. Okay. And then as we come forward, we try and get into that 11 o'clock position. Okay, it doesn't have to be straight off the bat. On a good setup, but it gets drawn out as we come forward. Soft knees. We do want the hands to come over the knees like that. We don't want to get into this position where our handle goes up and over. Just out over. And remember, Jane's wanting to do it anyway. So we just hold, release the tension, let our arms go away. That's it. Nice. And if we use less energy doing this, a little bit more energy on the drive. Okay, feeling that continuous motion. Just like a pendulum. Feeling the momentum. Good. There it is, nice rhythm. Okay, so we'll focus our rhythm and our swing for the next 30 seconds before we make the change. Looking for that smooth movement. Nice feeling. Rolling around the front. Here we go. So as we move up, move the hands around the back a bit quicker. Here we go, up to 22. Now, and the speed of the legs is just going to happen. There it is. Okay. And without thinking about adding more power, I've just had a good split top. Okay? So breathe into it. Keep the hands moving. Finish. Now we've got a new momentum speed. That's 32. Good. Good as nice. Move the chain taker forward. Breathing. Hope we've all got relaxed faces. You don't need to be gritting your teeth. Good. So let's focus this around the front turn again. As we roll in and push away. That's it. Down the front. Feel that pressure build on the feet. And just about when we're at the front, it almost feel like you're starting to push away. Okay, through there. And if you're not too tense in the hands, and you've got a loose, nice long hang feeling, there'll be no risk, no temptation to make it feel heavy. Okay, like that. So keep focusing on that. Load and push. Load and push. Okay, keep the hands round back. Yeah. Round the round. Round the round. Round the front. Round the back. Round the front. Round the back. Nice. Good, last 30 seconds. Keep this feeling. Keep the momentum. Good. Nice. Good. All the way to the line. Great second set. Okay, there it is. Okay, good. So just breathe it out. Keep the flow. Keep moving. Okay. Spend the first 30 seconds just taking the breaths in, getting the oxygen back to the muscle. We can have a quick drink and be ready to go next set. Okay, good. So, next set, pretty much the same. For the first 3 sections of it, start at 20, get the rhythm, 22, same thing again. Feel the freedom and the rhythm that gets the rate to where it needs to be. Then we do it again to 24, and then we come back down to 22. Okay, here we go. Moving in, now. Okay, so coming back down, I'll talk about it a little bit, but we've just got to think about the patience. Okay? So, even now, it'll feel a little bit different because we were finishing on that 22. So feel the length of the drive. Look how long it is. How long we have that resistance, okay, on the bodies, under the armpits, on the feet. Okay, so even feel now, don't feel like we just push the feet at the front. Feel like they're still engaged just towards the finish. When we feel them come off the foot stretcher, and we feel the core take over. Okay, think about that. Good. And then we will pull with the toes a little bit to help us get over. Okay, from there. But then through here, we feel it back onto the toes, or to the feet. Okay, good. So let's find this rhythm. Bring all of that together. Consistent motion. There it is. Feel the flow. Okay, getting ready to make the change. Same as we did last time. Hands around the back. Everything just moves a bit quicker. Here we go. Now. Remember, it's just a small speed change. And I am pretty positive that everybody's just seen a speed increase. Without tugging on it, muscling it. We've just changed the rhythm. The body is working a bit harder because it's got to do more work. But we made it easy on ourselves. So we let the rhythm do the work. So now we settle into this. Good. There it is. Feel the flow. Hands around. Remember, don't slam it into the body. Brush the body. You don't need to leave a mark in the chest. Really good. Okay, so holding the speed. So we do the same principles again. On the step up. Up to 24. 10 seconds. Right. Turn the hands around the back. This one. Now. Here it is. So remember this movement. Easier. Freer. Good. Hang. Good speed changes. I think you've all seen them press again. Okay, breathe into it. We're not working harder. We're working more, which is why the body thinks we're working harder. Okay, feel the leg speed. Now going to feel slightly faster. Accelerated. Be able to drive the body. Good. Around the turns. Don't forget about the front. Speed in, speed out. Roll in and away. Good. So as we go down, we have a bit more patience on the recovery, and the drive speed decreases a little bit. Okay, back to 22. Now, okay, so there's our patience. Got the flow, the drive to the field, a little bit slower. So now let's lock in this rhythm. Go down 22. Numbers will slowly come, a little bit slower, but let's keep it efficient. Nice. Hang. Feel the flow. That's a really good skill to try and learn. What I've been teaching about the body weight getting driven, we can focus on that rather than the speed and the drive like we had at 24. And we've got time to rest on the recovery, work, rest. So relax the face, breathe, feel the hand. Nice. Last few. Okay, really good. Okay, great. So, we always see when we increase that speed and that freedom and we increase the rating, how we get a good pop in speed straight away. Okay, we get 1 or 2 splits, just like that. Okay, without any extra. But then coming down, we've just got to go back to that rhythm, which is really hard because we've ultimately been accelerated, we've had good speed, we've had a lot more speed around the back. Then all of a sudden, instead of being here, we've got to be a bit more patient. Okay, and the same coming forward, we don't need to be pulled back really quick. We've just got to have that time. So, back into it again, start 20. Now, so we go up 1 point for the first 5 minutes, and then back down. So we start on 20. Okay, now this is just a little gradual increase. So it's going to feel a little bit more difficult to feel the change and to see it in the speed. It's only going to feel, once we get up to say 24, that you'll notice we've made a big difference in our speed. So now, finding this 20, hold the length. So to get this extra 1 point, just a little bit more freedom. Ready? Now. And it's not much. Okay? I'll do my best to keep it on the rating, but it is a really good focus. Like it's only 1 extra stroke per minute, but it does make a change. And considering a stroke from catch back to catch is about 3 seconds, it's really just finding that effectiveness, the efficiency. Okay? So ready to make the change again? This one. Now, so free the hands. Fatigue speed. There it is. See, I've noticed the drop in my 20 rate and the speed. So keep the freedom. This is all about rhythm. This whole set. Good. So ready to change. 23. So things just move just a little bit quicker again. Here we go. Now. Nice. Remember, down the back. Brush your body. Speed of the chain. Takes us forward. Very nice. Okay. Feeling clean. We're going up to 24. On this one. Now, good. Remember, just doing that with freedom. Speed of movement. Good. So even now, you will see that you're going a lot quicker than you were 5 minutes ago. Feel the hang under the armpit. Okay, so we're going to go down, take it back a point. So remember, patience. Here we go. Now, so we just allow for that little bit of extra time on the recovery. Fraction to the second will be stroke from what we were doing. Loosen the shoulders, sitting tall, chest up. Good. Nice rhythm, really good team. Focus on this. 2 more changes. Right, down to 22, more patience. Now, good. Here it is. Feel the long drive. Patient recovery. Nice. Okay, breathe it in. Nice. Feel the rhythm taking us forward. Okay, down to 21. Patience again. This one. Now. There it is. A good long drive. Switch off. Allow the machine take us forward. Good. Very nice. Hang again. Long arms. Feel the drive. Good. One long drive. Okay, nice. Okay, really, really good. Great rhythm. Okay, so, ultimately today's workout has been about our rhythm, been about feeling the patience and the time and the way that we can change the ratings by doing it easy, okay? Without having to work harder, just get a little bit more freedom and speed. So this last set, we're just going to go up one every set, one every minute, okay? All the way to the top. So we'll be really, really easy for the first 4 or 5 minutes, and then the last couple, we're just going to look for that acceleration and speed. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Building in. Now, start at 20. I found it's going to feel pretty slow because of where we've been. So let's find our length. Find our rhythm. Okay, good. So nice and loose in the shoulders. Seat come under. There it is. Around the front. Patience around the back. It gets drawn forward. Okay, so we're going to see a steady increase all the way through this piece. So ready to move? Now, so just a tiny bit more hand speed. There it is. And because the hand speed's a little bit quicker, the leg speed is going to be fractionally quicker too. Okay, settle on this. Find the rhythm. Remember, it's a slow increase all the way through. Sitting tall. Right, changing to 22. Now, hand speed. And if we're moving speed in, speed out, our legs going to be slightly quicker too. Good. Legs out 22. Then we're not working harder. Working with our freedom, our acceleration, body speed, hand speed. Okay, good. Keep it breathing. So we're going up one again. Same principles. Now, hand around the back. There it is. Good. I'll be pretty good with trying to get the break. So if you're following me, you should be about 95% correct. Good. Right, feel the hang now. Long arms. We can go around the back. Pull us forward. Soft knees. Okay, changing up. 24. Now. Good. There's our rhythm. Make good speed. If you look at it now, and the numbers you're doing, compared to 2 or 3 minutes ago, we're just gradually built. So keeping that rhythm as we go up. Feel that acceleration that comes with the legs, okay? Right, up to 25. This. Now, hands feet. Good. Round the front, round the back. Okay, remember the hand, stay out of the shoulders. Relax the face. Let draw. Wash the body. Good, hands around. Let the chain do the work. Right, 26. Here we go. Now, so we do have to feel a bit more accelerated drive now. Come with me. Here we are. Hang. Sit tall. Work, rest. Work, rest. Good. Right, last minute, 27. Now, hands. Give it a swing. Off the legs. Legs drive the body. Good. Breathe. Hold the rhythm. Keep the freedom. Good. Breathe into it. Last 20. Good. 10 seconds. Nice. I told you she'd be a sweetie one. I can even see the puddles under the machine. Okay, really, really good, okay? Well, my heart rate was getting up in that last set, only because we're just building it ever so slightly. Every time. You know, we go up 7 points in rating and we just change the speed of our rhythm 7 times, okay? And that's the best part about it, is learning how small changes can make a big difference. So just press your memory, okay? Save that into the memory bank so you can go have a look at it later. Save it to your erg data, whatever needs to be done. Okay, I'm just going to paddle it out a bit. Slowly build a little bit more length. wiping the sweat off. Okay, so really good continuous rhythm workout, that one. Okay, and we're always making changes, which why you might get to now and go, I feel like we did so much in that piece, okay, and we did. And that's the reason that we need to do a whole lot of changing and switching and bits and pieces, just so we can learn about ourselves, about our technique. And see, you might be able to go back in your mind right now and think, you know what, I really like this certain rating, okay? Might be at 23, I just found it so easy with my hands, really nice on the drive, and I just felt like I could sit here for 10, 15 minutes and just tap it along, okay? And that's what we're trying to find out. And we're trying to find out how easy it was for you to change the rhythm, change the speed. Okay, did it feel hard? Did you go, well actually as the rating got higher, I found it easy to hit my numbers, where when it was lower, when I made the change, I actually was going up too high, and then I'm switching in and out of the rating, so I found my rhythm to be upsetting. Okay, and so that's what we're really just trying to find out about ourselves. Now, I've done it for years, so as I say, I'm about 90-95% good at finding the different ratings. And hopefully the instructions that I would give him just about as you go up in speed, you don't have to come forward and go, right, I need a bit more speed through here. You can actually just gain the speed by this, you know, just around the back like that. Okay, and naturally the speed of the legs is going to increase. And that's why every time we talk about going up in rating, the first movement shouldn't be pushing harder. First movement should be just doing that, okay? Because that's what's going to make the rating. And then from that you can find the speed that can be created by the legs, okay? That's why we always talk about this freedom, because this is trying to go back so fast. You know, let the chain go, bang, it's going back at about 45, 50 rating. So the idea is to use that to our advantage. Okay, great. Look at that muck, that puddle of goodness under there. I'll definitely need a bucket and a mop today. Okay, so great work, team. Really, really good work on that. It was nice to just get out, do that speed, find that rhythm, okay, and then just sit on that nice zone. Try and get that increase, okay, and I did find it easier myself when you go up like the 20, the 22s, that sort of stuff, and up into the 24. Going up 1 point in rating actually is quite hard because you're only just giving it a little bit more. Okay, you're not doing like a huge change, but ultimately you're just trying to give it, just trying to feel a little bit more freedom, And that's why I was saying, don't worry about the change from minute to minute to minute. Wait till you're 3 or 4 minutes down the track, you know, and you might have started at 205s. Now you're down at 201s or whatever you were, or, you know, 210s, now you're down at 206, 207s, because that's ultimately what you're looking for. It's just that slow increase over time, and that's where you're going to see it. And ultimately, when you do a jump of 2 points a minute, you always see a change. It's right there in front of your face. And that's the cool part about doing sort of larger changes, is that you see the bang for your buck straight away, but not with those minutes. So really good. I'll take a couple of quick, what have we got here? Sammy, found that so hard, but enjoyed so much. Yeah, okay. Found it hard. Well, that's good. You know, ultimately, like my heart rate was up there quite a bit. I think it was such a good mixture of workout stuff that we were doing. And that's what we want to do about it. And the other part about this as well is that, and probably for you, Sammy, around this question is, if you start off here on 8 minutes at 20 and you push it a little bit too hard, Okay, so this is why when you go back and you start to understand yourself as a rower, etc., on the machine, you know what you can hold for 10 minutes, for 20, for 30, for 40 minutes in a consistent time zone, okay? If you start out on a piece like this and you go a little bit hard, then you're always trying to hit that number here, 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 and here. And you'll just be like, shit, okay, that's really difficult. Whereas if you did this number here, like you were gonna sit here for an hour or so, you know, in a really good sort of good, just aerobic, that sort of, when I say it running, you know, between a jog and a run pace, that sort of pace there, not a run pace, but just under, then when you come down to it, you're actually going to be able to just make sure that you hit it every time, and you're going to see an increase, etc., etc. Where if you're always going, man, I need to hit that number really hard, you've just done 40 minutes, quite medium to high intensity. Okay, so it's really good with this is to figure it out, but at the same time testing your ability to make sure you can get it, you know, all the way. Justin, haven't made to one of these in a while, feels great, thank you. No, thanks you for joining in. I suspect Eric's splits were a bit faster than mine, Mish. I don't know, maybe. We're not here to compare. I look at my splits and I look at my heart rate and I look at my polar sweat and I go, you know what, great job. I can have a few beers tomorrow or the next day, whatever I want to do. Thanks Brian, great workout George, thank you. I ended up a couple of splits higher than my 5k pace at the 27, sound about right. Yeah, probably. That's pretty much around where you would get to. Let me think about my splits. I don't know what I would do a 5k for at the moment. Yeah, it is, you know, and this is the thing, is that as you build up, you know, in a lot of these workouts that we do, you know, you can't just go out and go, okay, we're just going to do 5 minutes at this really hard pace and 5 minutes here, and then go, oh yeah, I reckon I could hold that for 4 of those all in a row to get my 5k pace. You know, you're just not sure. But it is just about finding the rhythm, so that if you were to take that rhythm and continue it on for a little bit longer, you know, okay, you've done the work before it, you know, the 38 minutes of work before it. But ultimately you'd be like, yeah, actually this feels quite nice and quite free and quite rhythmical, okay? And that's the whole part about doing programs and doing setups, doing training stuff to hit a certain target, to do a certain goal that you might have. It is about working towards it, because you know, you can't just do 2Ks and go, I'm just going to do 500 pieces and 1,000 meter pieces and stuff like that. You've got to do some longer, some shorter, some really high intensity, some medium, because it is really just getting to know your body, getting to know the flow, and knowing what you're capable of doing for certain periods. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So yeah, really good workout. I thought about something mixing it up today, and as I say, it's really paid off because I'm sweaty. I think you're sweaty, yeah, that's basically the way it is. So that's about us. I am possibly going to be away next week, but what we're actually going to do is we are going to put up, I'm going to do a workout anyway, and then I think the boys are going to put it up at 5 o'clock next week, 5 a.m. New Zealand time. So 5.5 hours before right now. So then we'll get all the UK peeps and everyone involved. So we just won't have, we'll have the good banter at the start, through the middle, but we just won't have any yarning at the end of it. That's about as simple as it goes. So we'll still get it there for you. I hope you're all enjoying. Great to see everybody's feedback as we're doing these top things. So always there for you, hoping everyone gets better. As I say, great you all got out and vote, America. We hope there's some good change to actually unite your states once again, okay? Because we've seen a little bit of division. And also remember, social distance, wear a mask, listen to the experts. We want to try and get this COVID thing under control, or else we're going to be living like this for a couple of years, which, it's not too bad down here, but you know, we just don't want to see anyone's family members and stuff like that dying, because we've seen what it can do, and we just got to do our best to get on top of it. So once again, thank you everybody. Till next week, Thank you, and keep up the training. Awesome. Peace.